Hey, it's Dr. Woody back with step 5 of your PASL Write It Up Fast series. We've made it to 5.1, the plan. Now we're talking about who, what, why, who, what, why, who, what, why, and repeat. So let me take you straight to my plan. Let's see what we got here. Okay, so for 1.2.2, the first thing it asks is for you to describe the plan you developed. And so I've shown you here the strategy. So they're asking, what is the resolution of the problem? And I said, the problem I hope to resolve was. And then I described it. Special ed students, you can pause it and you can read my problem. How will the plan help you achieve it? So we're kind of talking in future tense, even though by the time you write this, you've already completed the plan. We're just talking about what the plan itself will do. The plan will achieve this resolution by provide examples to support your conclusion. For example, so you'll see in mine, it's kind of hard to decide if you want to use, for example. I kind of made a general statement here about what it would do, and then I did a for example statement where I got specific. If you can write this part, all the rest of your writing will fall into place. What is the timeline of the plan? So I actually did dates. I said May 2025, May 2nd, June and July, August 4th to 8th, August 22nd, August 31st, October 31st, November 3rd, November 7th, first week of March. Provide a rationale. So I said each time I did a date, I did the why. So May 2nd, to establish. June, July, to plan. August 4th to 8th, to work with PLCs. August 22nd, to establish a baseline. August 31st, to see how much growth could occur. So you see the pattern here. So you can pause this if you need to. And then whom did you include as you developed the plan? Why and what? So the whom, I chose to create a task force on mine. You can say anybody, it doesn't really matter, but you need to make sure you have at least some people from your campus. I did the stakeholder, the typical stakeholder circle. So I had teachers. So here's my task team right here. The lead math teacher, the SPED department chair, 2 inclusion teachers, principal, assistant principal, instructional leader, the math curriculum people. So you can pause, you can look at this. And then the why. Well, here's the kickoff to the why. I had read a position paper that talked about you needed to include other people. And then I described the why for each person. So I did the math teachers because they're math experts, the SPED inclusion teachers because they're trained in SPED instruction, then principal and assistant principal because of this. And then I had an advisory panel since I wanted to make sure I included other stakeholders. I did some parents, retired middle school teachers, because they gave us some external, their service advisory task force. And then the what roles they played, they worked together to identify goals, so it tells exactly what they did. It also tells a little bit more here about what they did. They prioritized, let's see, we asked them to go to meetings, give us input and feedback, and then this is specifically what they did. And then the strategies I used to communicate to various audiences and the rationale. So this is for communication. So I just started by saying we made a communication chart, and then I could go back through, there's a lot more in here that would qualify for green. Various audiences, I got teachers, parents, students, learning community, PTO, retired teachers groups. And then the rationale, I just spelled it out. The rationale for this approach was 1 and 2. So again, you can pause that if you want to see it. And then how do you intend to assess the results? And give some examples of student work and a rationale for this choice. So I gave us 2 formative assessment tools. I used exit tickets and IXL Flex progress monitoring. I said I was going to use student work samples. Let's see, identify the student work samples. So I described what the student work samples would look like, and then the rationale for them. I gave it here, but I also gave it in both places. So I said the reason that we chose the the exit tickets was to monitor the impact of instructional practices. And the reason we chose the IXL was because it was aligned with TEKS and STAR to make sure we had the rigor correct. And that's it. Okay, so let's go back to the next part. You have to have the pages of the plan and the timeline. So it's very likely that you already have pages of the plan. You may have done something like this in one of your assessments in your classes, one of your projects. So if you've already got it written up neatly, just attach 2 pages of it. If you don't, I'll show you a quick hack to do this. So all I did was let's see. Okay. I cut and pasted everything from my PASL submission so far. I went up into Word and I did, you know where you go. Let me see if I can move this window up. Up here, you go into Insert and you can do, let's see if I can move this over. You can do a table of contents. I can also do a cover page on design. Let's see, I think design is a cover page. Draw, where's Insert? Cover page is here on Insert. Uh, Review, I think, is table, no, references is table of contents. So I inserted a cover page. I inserted a table of contents, and you can see, doesn't that look great? So this would probably be 1 page of my, let me pull this back down here. 1 page of my plan that I put in because you can see exactly what's going on here on this page. So I'll probably screenshot that and make it into a PDF. And then I would pick a page from here somewhere. I kind of cut this out. I reworded it just a little bit, put some bullets in to make it look good. Concerns. I tried not to make it word for word, but at some point it didn't really matter because they're not going to see the whole plan. I just wanted to show you how to do that. And in case you don't really know how to use this where it makes a table of contents, just send me a message on this video on YouTube and I can make a video where I go exactly into this in more detail. But we'll skip that. We'll just assume for now that you know about that or you don't know or you don't really care about that. So let's see if I can get back over here. And then 1 page of your timeline, all I would do is I would take this exact timeline that you wrote right here. Where is the timeline? Right here. I would copy and paste this onto a Word document and then I would turn it into a chart. Or you can use a spreadsheet, whatever. It doesn't matter. But I would list each thing on a nice little list for the timeline. Obviously, you can make it pretty. And again, you might already have something from another course or from one of your courses that looks nice and neat. But don't stress over that part. And there's just a list of where this came from the ETS handbook or the actual PASL submission. And I just want to remind you, hey, you've got this. Get on that bike and ride it. You got this. You can do it. So just make sure you submit. Pedal, 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 pedal to the end. You're going to get there. And we'll be back with another segment soon.